Welcome back. You're watching News Desk. Thank you for staying with us. I'm here for business news. My name is Kelley Boss. Now, Kenya's gross domestic product recorded a decelerated growth of 4.7% in 2024. This is according to the latest economic survey report. The report details that agriculture, which accounts for more than a fifth of the economy, or GDP, grew at a slower rate of 4.4% last year compared to 7.7% in 2023 due to reduced maize production. According to KNBS Director General MacDonald Ogudho, 90% of new jobs were concentrated in the informal sector.
The annual average of our inflation rate for 2024 was 4.5, and this is the lowest that we have achieved in the last 5 years. And in fact, within the year, in November, that's when we noted that our inflation rate went down to 2.7.
We have only been able to realize 4.7% economic growth. In fact, at one point, we thought it would slow further to 4.6%. So the shocks include the following: constrained fiscal space, which we are facing as a country, high interest rates exacerbating debt servicing costs, domestic socio-economic upheavals, which were occasioned by protests regarding the 2024 finance bill that almost shut our economy for about 3 months, significant losses caused by frequent extreme weather events. We had 4 years of a drought, and then there was COVID-19, and then we had flooding. These negative shocks have impacted economic activities and increased the cost of living, underscoring the need for robust and targeted interventions.
Now, businesses have been urged to adopt the circular economic practices to reduce carbon footprint and to enhance sustainability within the trade and investment sector. In a statement read on his behalf, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Industry, underscored the critical role of innovation and productivity in driving economic growth. Beneficiaries of the project say that despite challenges in the sector, the support was timely, enabling them to innovate, expand their production levels, and access local and international markets.
We are certified, so we can sell to supermarkets. We're trying to see if we can start exporting, and it's increased our revenue because now a lot of people trust our brand.
Initially, our processes were manual, and they were not. You could not have visibility in terms of from the point where the client makes the order to the point where you are satisfying that order. We didn't have visibility. So KIAP 250 grant came in to assist us.
It's really hard to get money for research and development for products. So we've always known we want to do more than just sanitary pads, but it's been difficult to find the time and the financial resources to do that. So with KIAP, we were able to get the funding to co-create diapers as well as panty liners with end beneficiaries.
World Bank, as you know, operates on the basis of requests from the government in their priorities. And priorities change with political party, with change in the CS, with change in the PS. So as long as this remains a high priority for the government, they can always request a follow-up project as needed. However, there are many competing demands for the same.
Look at the balance of payments, right? Kenya imports almost everything that it needs. At the same time, we have some very, very solid export sectors, but we don't have a lot of value addition. So the mission of KIAP was innovation.
In our pursuit of our development goals, we must also remember that the importance of sustainability, companies should continue adopting the circular economy.
Now, Kenya Bonus Survey study has revealed that affluent Kenyans plan to allocate a significant portion of their bonus earnings to investments. Now, speaking during the release of the bonus survey report carried out by the Standard Chartered Bank, it emerged that investing in tangible personal assets such as property or businesses is a popular choice for the affluent demographic, with emphasis on importance of advisory services in helping clients manage their bonuses and invest strategically.
A bit more of
that are available to support our clients.
And we want to be able to understand
getting most of the bonus that they're looking to.
What we noticed is most of the clients are interested in knowing how do they allocate their money, where do they put their spend. And as we've seen in our volatile environment, they want to make sure that they have a diversified portfolio. So what the study has shown is, yes, everyone does get a bonus, but sometimes people don't know where to put their money. It could be on investment, it could be on savings, or it could be on repaying some of their debts.
In the 2020, 2021, and 2022 studies, we actually saw that investors or clients were keen to allocate into children education. And you would all understand, family and children specifically are very important to our consumers. Then retirement, so again, conscious decisions around retirement. Healthcare started coming on top, especially after COVID. And then legacy and putting some money away for emergencies and to keep up with inflation. That we saw that was the 2022. Then what we have done is now deep diving into the bonus space to say what is the client expectation.
In order to exploit opportunities in the blue economy sector, Kenya received a significant boost with the arrival of a Norwegian research vessel. The vessel Christensen Nassen has completed the Kenyan leg of the research cruise that commenced on the 25th April to 5th May 2025. In his speech read by the Principal Secretary, State Department for Blue Economy, Betsy Njagi, Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs Cabinet Secretary Hassan Joho says this move will boost science-driven sustainable blue economy within the coastal region.
From that position, we are doing fishing.
The survey that was just conducted along Kenya's coast brought together 18 African scientists, 9 women and 9 men, including 11 from Kenya, supported and working together with a core crew from the Institute of Marine Research of Norway. They collected valuable data through fish and biodiversity assessment, oceanographic analysis, and multi-beam mapping. And I understand from the scientists that you are already discussing a lot of exciting new research that will come out of this survey. I think this highlights the program's role in fostering African expertise and regional cooperation across the Southwest Indian Ocean.
This partnership has delivered real and measurable results for Kenya. Kenyan scientists and resource managers have been trained in data-driven, ecosystem-based marine management. The program has fostered cooperation across borders, creating strong networks for shared learning and coordination action.
Now, internal auditors have been challenged to embrace change and become strategic advisors in the organizations they serve to make them more viable. Now, Chairperson for Board of Governors of the Institute of Internal Auditors Kenya, Ms. Lilian Mwangi, said the new global standards require that internal auditors evolve to strategic advisors instead of only ensuring compliance within the firms that they work for.
Want the internal audit to form a central part in the management of or effectiveness of issues of the counties, majorly to deal with issues of risks and controls, because we need to evaluate controls in order to ensure that there is proper management of resources in our county.
The internal auditor of the future has to leverage on technology, and we are saying that we are collaborating, we are communicating effectively with our stakeholders, and we are coordinating also with other professional institutions so that we work in that synergy to drive value.
Now, efforts are underway to help African nations harness the power of data in shaping effective public policies. Now, speaking during the Evidence for Development 3-day conference in Nairobi, Elite Zulu, Executive Director of the African Institute for Development Policy, underscored the critical need for evidence-based solutions. He highlighted the importance of using accurate and timely data to inform decisions, ensuring the policies across the continent are both impactful and grounded in reality.
How we prioritize evidence as a critical tool for informing decision making, so that when governments are deciding what priorities to work on, how much money to put in this sector versus that sector, what interventions to implement so that we get the best value out of the investment, but also more critically at implementation so that we continue learning and improving performance, that in all those processes, if we put evidence as the key guiding factor, it will help accelerate Africa's development.
We do see evidence, not just any evidence, but confirmed evidence as a critical aspect of making policy. If the evidence is wrong, the policy is going to be wrong. It's a very basic approach.
The main focus area is to ask questions about what does it mean to have good science, because if you don't use that data generated by good science, how do we then make sure that it becomes evidence, and that evidence could then have an impact?
Well, that story does it for Business at One, but Robinson Okenya is on standby with sports.